Hey you guys, I'm Fabio Hart coming back with another video. In this video, what I want to talk about is the quickest way I was able to generate $10,000 just in 1 week. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this little idea that I came up with, and it's having to do with the fact that a lot of people aren't getting out the house as much, or I guess they kind of, but because of the whole Corona and COVID-19 thing, I was able to generate $10,000 in residential revenue. Okay, now if you know me, you know I'm not the biggest fan of the whole residential side of the business. I just don't like to do that. I don't promote it as much, but then again, we don't turn down revenue, right? I'm still pro commercial, right? But if someone contact us, right, they see an ad, they see whatever the case is, and they contact us, we're not going to turn that revenue down. So I have been able to use one bandit sign, duplicate that, and help me generate $10,000, right? So it's almost a scarcity tactic that I use, but it was the play on emotion, which I did very well of. And I wanted to be able to pick contracts up where we were doing fogging for residential cleaning, homeowners, I should say, a rep for residential cleaning, the homeowners. And I was able to do that. So I had this idea. I said, okay, well, and I was already doing bandit signs. If you watch some of my old videos, you heard me talk about this before. The people in my coaching know exactly how this works, right? We've talked about this many times. But I had a sign made. Again, it was to play pure on emotion, right? We kind of promoted it and I put it out there. Once the phone started ringing, right, at the end of each cleaning or each disinfectant fogging service that we did for any residential homeowner, we didn't just go slam our signs in their yard. We got their permission to put the signs in the yard, right? And what happened was a lot of people on the block, because of the wording, COVID, that whole structure of the marketing campaign, a lot of people was like, whoa, I don't want COVID in my house either. So what happened is other neighbors will look at that sign and then they call us. Another neighbor will look at that sign and then they will call us, right? So we started a domino effect, right? And this is in more well-to-do areas, guys, by the way. I like to deal with houses in the excess of $250,000 to $500,000, maybe $1 million properties, right? They're not always like that. I mean, you get some houses that's, in more urban or maybe some rural areas. We have got some of those type of deals, but our target is a house that might be worth in excess of $250,000 and up. Okay, because those are going to be the people that's going to pay. I just personally feel like that. Okay, so again, you get you some bandit signs, right? Your messaging, your whatever you have or you word it is on you, right? But you almost have to use the scarcity tactic way. America using on us with these vaccines. They used it back in the day with the whole Y2K thing, right? The world is going to end. Get toilet tissue and potty meat and all of that stuff, right? People start buying canned goods out the what, right? So again, America use it against us all the time, scarcity type of methods. So again, if it's already being played on just everyday people like you and I, then again, we still in business to make money. So again, I had this beautiful sign made. It's a bandit sign, right? Had the bandit sign made. We was also doing some online marketing, some other marketing to kind of drum up to get the phones ringing. We also went door to door with some residential people, right? Just because, of course, you're gonna have your mask on, by the way, guys. So we go door to door, me and some of my associates go door to door, explain what it is we offer, okay? And this is what I would suggest that you would do, right? Go door to door. Now you hear me talk about door to door all the time. With the commercial side, a lot of times commercial, or at least what I'm finding, a lot of commercial accounts are not as quick to kind of pick you up, but I seem to get them when I mention the whole COVID and keeping COVID out and fogging and disinfection, okay? So that's an avenue that you guys can lean on to get in, and then you parlay that into actually picking them up as a recurring commercial cleaning account. Okay, so I've been doing the reverse psychology, or the reverse way of doing it, right? The reverse engineering, they like to call it. So I reverse engineered it a little bit. So I say, okay, instead of me going in trying to pick the client up as a commercial cleaning, let me go in and try to pick them up as the fogging. I know when I go in there, we're going to execute, we're going to do it right. I know that I will be able to sell them on having us as a reoccurring cleaning, we having them as a reoccurring cleaning client. okay? But again, it all started with the marketing, to get the phones ringing, the lead generation, the phone calls, the door-to-door, right? But that's how I've been picking up a lot of our residential, our commercial cleaning accounts, right? With the door-to-door, and we again reverse engineered it. So instead of going in with the idea that we was going to attack it from commercial cleaning, what we went in and we wanted to do is attack it from a fogging standpoint, okay, or doing sanitation and fogging, that type of deal. So we have many programs available, right? We have a program for anybody, right? But that's the way that we did it for commercial accounts, right? For residential, just to hop back on, guys, just don't lose me here, but for residential, what we would do is go knock doors. We also do advertising campaigns, you know, with the Facebook and where homeowners will be, right? We do advertising campaigns. We get the phones ringing. We go door knocking. That's another way you can do it. You get the phones ringing. You introduce them into what it is. You first your company, a little bit about your company, and then tell them what services you offer and how you can be of service to them. Okay, figure out what their needs are. You offer the client. A lot of people think it's about you. It's not about you. It's about the client. Okay, so if you guys do take that door-to-door approach, I would suggest, like I say, if you can get you some bandit signs made, they don't have to be the real big ones, right? It can be the more medium-sized or smaller ones, right? But you do want it to be big enough where people can see it. You want it to stand out on the block where the neighbor next door or the neighbor across the street or the neighbor on the other side, right, will be able to see the sign and say, hold on, COVID, keep COVID out, or whatever, you know, whatever you say. Okay, obviously, Miss Jan, right, and we're just gonna use these names, as Miss Jan hired this company to keep COVID out of her house, and she did a fogging. Then when you think that maybe her neighbors might see that same sign and say, wait, I want to keep COVID out of my house too, let me call these guys. And then boom, they call the 800 number, and then we set them up, we do a consultation, right? Set them up, and then before long, we out fogging their homes or doing disinfection services or sanitation services for their homes, okay? So again, guys, these are ways that you can drum up business really, really fast on both sides, residential and commercial. We talked a little bit about the commercial, but I wanted to penetrate the residential in this particular video and share with you how I was able to generate $10,000 just in 1 week doing this, okay, with the bandit signs, okay? So again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, guys, at all, make sure you leave it in the comment section. I'll try to get back to answer it. If you want to be more intimate, then you can always email us at HOLLYWOODJanitorialServe@gmail.com, HOLLYWOODJanitorialServe@gmail.com. That's going to wrap it up for this video. The only person that could ever stop you from starting up your own dreams and making it to the top is you. Take care, guys.